The Ship of Fools, Episode 28, Moxie in Command, Starlight and Void. The battlecruiser, Shadow Quest, drifted through a quiet corridor of space where the stars seemed to hang motionless, suspended in a velvet black sea. The ship's lights were dimmed to night cycle levels, casting long, soft shadows across the bridge. Moxie sat alone at her navigation station, the glow of the star charts painting her face in shifting blues and golds. Her fingers hovered above the controls, trembling slightly with the weight of unspoken thoughts. She didn't touch anything. She just stared. The hum of the engines was steady, but beneath it she felt a faint vibration, the kind that wasn't mechanical but emotional, the kind that lived in the chest. Banning approached quietly, boots whispering against the deck. "You're early," he said. Moxie didn't look up. Couldn't sleep. "Still thinking about the venture?" She shook her head. "Thinking about everything." Banning leaned against the console, arms folded. "You're doing fine." Moxie exhaled, a slow, shaky breath. "I'm not sure I am." Before he could answer, Aurora flickered into existence, her hologram shimmering like a figure carved from moonlight. "Commander, Moxie, we have a situation." Aurora projected a swirling mass of distorted space. It looked like a storm made of broken mirrors, light bending, folding, twisting into impossible shapes. "A spatial anomaly," Aurora said. "Uncharted. Expanding." Snipes stumbled onto the bridge, hair sticking up like he'd fought a small electrical fire. "Expanding? Like balloon expanding? Or universe-ending expanding?" "Somewhere between," Aurora replied. Banning stepped closer to the projection. The anomaly pulsed like a living thing, its edges rippling with gravitational distortions. "Can we go around it?" he asked. Moxie studied the readings. The numbers flickered, unstable, like they were trying to escape the screen. "Not easily," she said. "It's growing too fast. If we don't plot a course through it now, we'll be trapped." Snipes blinked. "Through it? Through the thing that looks like a blender made of nightmares?" Moxie nodded. "Yes." Banning turned to her. "Can you do it?" Moxie hesitated. The anomaly's glow reflected in her eyes, making them look like twin galaxies. "I think so." "Then it's yours." The words landed on her shoulders like a physical weight. The Shadow Quest entered the anomaly. The stars outside stretched into long, shimmering threads, like someone had smeared the universe with a cosmic paintbrush. The hull groaned as gravity twisted around them. Snipes clung to his console. I hate this so much." Aurora's voice remained calm. "Structural integrity at 92%. Moxie adjusted their trajectory. "We're fine. Just a little turbulence." Then the ship lurched violently, a sudden gut-wrenching drop that made the lights flicker. Banning grabbed the railing. "What was that?" Moxie's eyes widened. I miscalculated the shear gradient. Adjusting." Another violent jolt. Snipes yelped like a startled cat. "Moxie, please stop adjusting." "I'm trying." The ship spun, alarms blaring. The bridge lights strobed red, painting everything in frantic pulses. Aurora's voice sharpened. "Warning! Hull stress approaching critical threshold." Banning stepped toward Moxie. "Moxie!" she snapped. I know! Her hands flew across the controls, forcing the ship into a sharp dive. The Shadow Quest groaned like a wounded animal, metal straining under the pressure. Then, silence. The ship stabilized. Snipes collapsed into his chair. I'm alive. I might be crying." Moxie stared at the console, chest rising and falling too fast. Banning approached gently. "Moxie, what happened?" She whispered, "I messed up." Hours passed. The anomaly still surrounded them, a shifting, shimmering maze of distorted space. Moxie grew quieter, more withdrawn. She double-checked every calculation, then triple-checked, then checked again. Her eyes were red, her shoulders tight, her movements sharp and jittery. Snipes tried to lighten the mood. "Hey, Moxie, want a snack? I replicated something that might be cheese." "No." "How about a break? A nap? A hug?" "No." Banning watched her from the command chair, concern deepening with every passing minute. Aurora approached him privately, her hologram dimming to a softer glow. "Commander, Moxie's stress levels are dangerously elevated." "I know. She is attempting to compensate by overcorrecting. This will lead to further errors." "I know." "Then intervene." Banning sighed. "She won't listen to me." Aurora tilted her head. "Then she will break." Banning stood. "Not on my watch." He found Moxie in the chart room, a circular space filled with holographic star maps that floated like constellations suspended in water. The room was dark except for the soft glow of the projections. Moxie paced in tight circles, muttering to herself. "Too much drift. Recalibrate the vector. No, that's wrong. Everything's wrong." "Moxie." She didn't look up. "Moxie!" Still nothing. He stepped in front of her. "Moxie!" She froze. Her eyes were glassy. Her hands trembled. She looked like someone standing on the edge of a cliff, staring down into the dark. Banning softened his voice. "Talk to me." She shook her head. "I can't do this." "Yes, you can." "No," she whispered. "I'm not ready. I'm not you." Banning blinked. "Moxie!" "You don't make mistakes," she said. "You don't panic. You don't freeze. You don't—" "Moxie," he said firmly, "I make mistakes every day." She stared at him. He continued, "I panic. I freeze. I doubt myself. You think I don't? You think command is easy?" She swallowed. "You make it look easy." "That's the job," he said, "but it's not the truth." She looked away. "I almost tore the ship apart." "And then you saved it." "That doesn't matter. It matters to me." She met his eyes. He stepped closer. "Moxie, you're not failing. You're learning. And learning hurts." Her voice cracked. "What if I'm not good enough?" "You are." "You don't know that." "Yes," he said softly. "I do." She exhaled, a long, shaky breath. Then she whispered, "Help me." He nodded. "Always." Aurora's voice echoed through the ship. "Commander Moxie, the anomaly is destabilizing. We must exit immediately." Moxie wiped her eyes. "I can do it." Banning nodded. "Then let's do it together." They returned to the bridge. Snipes looked like he was preparing for his own funeral. "Please tell me we're not going back into the blender." "We're getting out," Moxie said. "Hold on." She took the controls. Banning stood beside her, steady and calm. Aurora projected real-time distortion patterns, swirling lines of gravitational shear, pockets of warped space, invisible currents that could tear the ship apart. The Shadow Quest plunged deeper into the anomaly. The hull groaned, the lights flickered. Gravity wavered, making Snipes float for a moment before slamming him back into his seat. Moxie's hands moved with renewed confidence. "Adjusting pitch, compensating for drift, rebalancing thrust, hold steady." The ship lurched violently. Snipes screamed. Banning steadied her shoulder. "You've got this." She whispered, "I know." And then, the Shadow Quest burst out of the anomaly into clear, star-filled space. Silence. Then Snipes shouted, "We're alive!" Moxie slumped back, exhausted. Banning smiled. "Nice work, Navigator." She smiled weakly. Thanks, Commander. Later, Moxie sat alone on the observation deck. The room was dark except for the stars outside. Endless, cold, beautiful. The glass curved overhead like the dome of a cathedral. She hugged her knees to her chest, breathing slowly. Banning entered quietly. You did well today. She shook her head. I barely held it together. That's what command feels like. She looked at him. Does it ever get easier? No, he said, but you get stronger. She exhaled. I want to be ready. You will be. She hesitated. Banning, why me? He smiled softly. Because you see the stars the way I see people. She blinked. What does that mean? You understand them, he said. You feel them. You navigate by instinct and heart. That's what makes a leader. She swallowed. I'm scared. So am I, he said. Every day. She leaned her head against his shoulder. He didn't move. He didn't speak. He just stayed. And for the first time since entering the anomaly, Moxie felt the burden ease. Just a little. Epilogue. Aurora's observation. Aurora watched from the ceiling projector, her hologram dim and thoughtful. Humans, she whispered to herself. Always afraid, always brave. She paused. And always worth believing in. End of episode 28. To be continued.